And
Hello
we're back.
and welcome back. I present you once again with my noble king, Andrew of Moonshotius Dynasty.
Hello, the greatest king in the entire land. I'm very excited to be back. You all can't keep me away, no matter how hard you try.
Oh yes, you can speak
hello,
as well.
hello, sir. Hello, it is me, the royal jester and pauper of the court. I was too busy harvesting my daily gruel to be on this stream previously, but I am so delighted to be in your grace today.
All right, chat. As you may remember, you have to join up for this bad boy, so please hit me with the exclamation point join and keep it coming. Let me get everyone back in here as was. Can we get a tweet out as well?
I got that.
Thank you. All right, let me go into our little chat here for the Moonshot chat and go to the king of the castle again. All right. No patricians. Fuck a patrician.
There's no way to like pick a team, right?
No, it is a random team. It is. I believe it remembers you from the day before. It's a consistent progress. So what you need to now hope is that some other patricians show up as we put out the call here, because you can join at any time. But for now, it will be an easy vote for the patricians. You do have one-way unilateral sway.
I sure do.
Yep, you have to hit exclamation point join and then a pronoun. Join and pronoun. Iris is here for you. Shall we just let it rip as people slowly file in?
I think
Sounds
that
like a plan.
you know what? Let's give it one more minute while we're waiting for people to come in. Riley, can you tell us why we're here?
Yes, we are here because we are raising money for Trans Lifeline. We are doing such a fantastic job. We are currently less than 500 from our goal of $6,000, which will unlock a Sonic table read of what we haven't decided, but it will be good. We are continuing to raise money, so please, if at this point you've donated, please reach out to others, send out the link, retweet a post, make your own post on Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr, and just say, hey, come on down and help raise some money, because then we can get there, we can hit our goal of 6,000 tonight, and that will be fantastic. But until then, shall we, my liege?
Let's shall.
If it should please the fine king.
Yeah, our pronoun label, our name labels are missing.
I'm doing that right now.
I don't
Sire,
know any of those are words.
Sire, give me but a moment more. Your carriage did arrive so suddenly.
It's coming out of your pay. Luckily,
menagerie.
I am
you're
not
showing
paid,
me a
sir.
lackluster menagerie gesture, I must say.
Chat, see this king and know him well by his actions and his words.
Your esteemed highness, I fear our menagerie is failing to thrive. We thought the bear that we took from the chiefs would be the star of the show, but she just sits in her enclosure looking sad. No one wants to see her. Jay, would you?
I was doing the king's bidding, but I shall.
In that case,
of course,
do the king's bidding.
Of course she shall.
Go for it.
She's sad. She's meant to roam the frozen tundra, not getting overheated and being fed sweets.
Actually, we wondered if she'd like some company. Perhaps the Tatterlands would yield another bear of her type. Should the council source another bear for Lord Patrician Julia Pasteur's menagerie? A, you hand over the bear to the chiefs instead, which will affect defiance. You'll find the bear a companion, which will cost some money. Raise. What the fuck is that?
I think it's there or like an individual as well.
Yeah, it'll cost money. Raise Juliet's specific money. Lower defiance and raise trade. Bring the bear to live in the royal palace will raise defiance of everybody, and the patrician should put on a grand feast for the bear, which will be a 35% farming. For full context to remember, this bear was taken by the chiefs due to a dual patrician and count vote to take this sacred bear from the chiefs' lands. They voted that pretty unanimously. Mm-hmm. Andrew, how would you like to let this one play out?
You know what? My iron choice is that we should find the bear a companion.
Find the bear a companion is the iron choice, which means it will raise stability.
It'll raise authority.
Authority, you're right. It will raise authority. The votes are open. Oh no, this vote's ill for me and my beautiful bear. Look at all these chiefs wanting to raise the authority. That's beautiful, I think.
Lovely, lovely.
It is hilarious to me that the chiefs are like, our bear cannot, it doesn't belong down here. But then they are like, but you should find it. You should marry this bear to another bear out here.
Look, if that bear's going to be down there, it might as well not be sad, right?
It might as well just be happy. I'm going to wait 5 extra seconds here to get... Oh, we have a tie on the board. We don't have a tie on the board anymore. Here are the votes coming in again. Andrew, you can't change your vote.
I was hoping I could.
That's a law you can unlock. I'm closing it in. We're going to find that bear a lover. We're going to open up Bear Tinder, which I think is Grindr. Am I right about that?
I think so. Yeah, that sounds right.
It's Grindr.
Grindr.
That's what bears say.
Find the bear a companion. The patricians contact the adventurer from the Tatterlands once more, who returns having lost an eye, but gained a large, sedated bear.
And even trade.
Once the second bear is safely installed in the enclosure, both beasts cheer up. People flock to Lord Patrician Julia Pasteur's menagerie to lay eyes on these majestic creatures. Trade is now prosperous in the coast. Authority is now at 6. Our treasury is at 1,500 or 1,400, which both the patricians and the chiefs want us to have less than 1,500.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
And the stability needs to be 4 or less for the counts. So if we could raise our money,
it.
I'm just
Blasphemy.
Blasphemy it is, champ.
I can do a voice now if you'd like me to.
I would
Great.
love that.
Your Highness, an urgent matter. My agents suspect there's a reason behind the recent unrest. The counts are stirring up chaos to power some kind of dark ritual.
I always knew they were ungodly.
Exactly, Your Highness. This proves what we've suspected for years. We must fight back.
How could the church crack down on the count's demonic activity? Order kingdom-wide curfews to calm things down, increase stability, lower authority, increase defiance, send inquisitors to uncover proof of this ritual, delay scheme for 1 season, or leave the counts to their petty business.
We're gonna veto C.
Vetoing C, meaning that we have to either order kingdom-wide curfews, which will increase stability, or fuck up the counts so they don't get to, I believe, finish their scheme next season, which will belay them winning the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and if it's
A masterful gambit, Your Highness. Yes, thank you.
Whomst could have foreseen this? Send the Inquisitors to uncover proof that. Now, Seraph, you are. Actually,
It sounds like someone could have foreseen this.
Because it's either the counts delay their own scheme for 1 season, or stop themselves from the win condition of their scheme, which is the curfews. They have to pick between the two here. But it looks like they have picked pretty soundly to delay their scheme for 1 season, which means unless Treasury goes up, Chiefs might win the game next season. Or not next season, but...
Are we in Blazeball now?
Yeah, you get it.
Yeah.
Voting has closed. We will send Inquisitors to uncover proof of the ritual to the counts. But we stay silly.
We stay silly, we shall
do stay silly.
Yes.
All right,
A
Jay.
small army of inquisitors rifle through the Khan's estates and question the peasants on their lands. Several high-profile counts are captured and interrogated at length. It's harder for them to perform their rituals. This needs to be in like a news voice. Several high-profile counts are captured and interrogated at length. It's harder for them to perform their rituals and make their preparations while they're trying to dodge the Inquisition's agents. The Count's efforts have been hampered. Their stat goal will not be evaluated until the end of next season. Reporting from the Kingdom, Jay Petriquin, Moonshot News.
Outstanding. Well, let us end the season starting a conspiracy. In a dingy seaside tavern, 2 patricians of the coast meet to plot their latest scheme. The treasury is practically empty, and the king is struggling to fund his ambitions. We're perfectly placed to offer him a loan. I'm the one with the gills. Do you remember? Glub, glub, glub.
So helpful of us.
Indeed, these loan agreements will be friendly as a bear trap. Absolutely loaded glug with hidden catches and small glug glug print. Now watch me work my magnet. Magnet.
Tell us more about your magnet.
Jay?
Oh, good. I'm gonna do a little succession for this one. Good evening, Lord Patrician. What exactly is the purpose of this meeting?
I heard about the king's recent money troubles, and I thought we could both benefit. A sign here and here.
This agreement does seem fair. Very well, I'll sign.
The king? Oh, you.
The king, my dad. Now my dad will be pleased. Good night, Lord Patrician, and may the ninth bless you. That's my attempt at Kendall Roy. Continue.
The patricians just stopped the chiefs from winning the game.
Okay.
See, easy as pie, but it's not enough to bankroll the king. The rest of the kingdom must be in debt to us as well. Have the highest trade in all regions for 3 seasons. Right now, the patricians do indeed have the highest trade. Blackmail and bribery. Up in the north, Chief Just Lash has gathered his fellow plotters for a hike through the mountains.
The Palace
Watch won't accept our bribes. The treasury's practically overflowing. They don't need our money.
Shoot, I suppose they ran straight to the spy master to blab about it, ain't it? Oh, dang our luck. Is this the end?
Did Walter give up after his first defeat at the hands of the Eater of Sun? We'll bide our time and strike again when the king least suspects it.
The chief's aim is to lower the treasury to 15,000 or less. This has been how y'all like it.
You got officially blocked by the others.
Now, Andrew, my liege, it is time for bribes or taxes.
Here's what we're gonna do.
Bribes
We're
or
going to. Let's institute a cruel tax on everyone.
A cruel tax on everyone. All right. Now, Andrew, before we do that, I do want to say your authority is 6, their defiance is 5. I believe if your authority would go down by 1 even, then it would fuck your shit.
Too bad. I'm gonna win anyways.
Okay. All right. Cruel taxes on everyone.
What are they gonna do? Wage a war about it? With what militaries?
Home improvements, reprisals, or a peasant uprising.
Oh, we can put down a peasant uprising real quick.
But it's for the counts. Two-handed warrior. Jay, would you like to?
Sure, I would love to. A band of peasants have staged an uprising in the east, your majesty. In the dead of night, they stormed the castle my good friend Count the Red Seraph. He and his family are currently languishing in his own dungeons.
How are the peasants able to take the castle?
They bribed some of the guards. They also seem to have brand new, well-forged weapons, pikes and swords mostly. I have no idea where they found the money.
What are their demands?
They want Count the Red Seraph to be stripped of his assets, with his lands divided among the peasantry. In return, the rabble will free him and spare his life.
Should the council give in to the peasants' demands about dividing the Red Seraph's lands? Now, chat, you have built 2 prisons, you have broken up a union, and you have taken a sacred bear from the north and moved it east or west. Will you give the land back to the peasants, or will you put it in the Red Seraph's hands? Send an army to siege the castle, which is a 60% military success rate. Give the peasants what they want, which is increased defiance, lower authority, and increased stability. Or pretend to accept their demands and then kill them when they leave the castle. Lower stability, lower defiance, increase authority.
We're gonna veto C.
We're gonna veto C. We will not be killing the peasants today, everybody.
I'm a good
And
king.
start the vote. Give them what they want, or 60% chance to kill Red Seraph. 40% chance to kill Red Seraph. Oh, look at that. We're giving them back, baby. The Red Seraph says, please send an army to siege the castle. Oh, 3 to 6, 7 to 6. The counts. Where's the Pie Count Alliance that I heard so much about back in the day? It's all but gone. Oh, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Continue. Voting has closed. We will give the peasants what they want and divide the Red Seraph's assets amongst the people. Predictably, the decision to grant the peasants what they want is met with consternation and outrage by the counts, who are now Defiance 9. Authority is now credible, stability is now stable. They are monsters. They have taken the fortress by force, and you want to give in to their demands. As promised, the Count Red Seraph is stripped of his property, and his extensive lands are split up between the peasantry. All right. They will be able to try to rebel next season unless something happens. Reprisals or home improvements, Andrew?
Let's find out what let's do home improvements, actually.
Well, we have the money. Chief Nine of Neils is here. Jay, would you like to take it?
Your Majesty, the northern farms are unfortunately running into problems. The sheep are suffering from a terrible wool-wasting disease. We need funds for herbal tonics.
By the 9th, is that all? Our ships are in poor condition. They're full of holes and mostly tar. We'll have pirates on our shores if it goes on like this.
Complain all you want. We can't eat weaponry.
How should the crown aid these nobles? Give funds to the north to help the farms, which is minus $1,000, but increases personal wealth by 150. Fund the coastal military, minus 1,000. Fucking coastal motherfuckers get 150, and it increases the coast's military. Provide funding for both regions, $2,000 down, 600 up, and just increase stability, increase farming, and increase military, or leave them to their troubles. Andrew.
Yeah, iron choice on C.
All right. We want to provide funding for both regions.
Yes.
Everyone gets what they need because the king has enough money to spend.
King is magnanimous.
The Red Seraph says leave them to their troubles. We cannot. The counts seem a little angry. All 3 counts holding hands and saying, fuck those nobles. 3, 2, 1. I will leave it open for 5 more seconds again. And it only cements that we will be providing funding for both regions. Beautiful work, beautiful work. Voting has closed. And from here, the treasurer winces, but tries to disguise it with a false sneeze. We are now a commanding authority. We have a civil kingdom. Farming is fertile in the north. The coast has a mediocre military. The treasury is now 2,600. Some patricians' wealth has increased, and some chiefs' wealth has increased. This now, the patricians are trying to get the highest trade. They are almost getting eclipsed, and we now have a strong enough army to fight back the counts if they choose to rebel.
Mm-hmm.
Chief Knight of Neils and Lady Patrician one Iracosm shake hands happily. The peasants praise your name, calling you Andrew the Generous, and a famous artist paints a picture of you sitting on a huge pile of gold.
Damn right.
Goddamn right. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
You know who else could use a huge pile of gold? Is Trans Lifeline. Just our little mid-block reminder.
Let's check out some reprisals.
Red Seraph says, we're about to lose the objective.
Get back on the payload.
Oi, we gotta get back on the payload. Your esteemed highness, the pirates have hit us particularly hard this season. Many of our finest warships were sunk.
What do the patricians want? Highest trade?
They want highest trade, Andrew.
Don't bore me with stuff like this. The king is tired.
But the king is tired. An offended sneer. Picton withdraws from the council hall. Defiance is now enraged. 8, and their trade is now modest. For the rest of the season, pirates continue to raid the coast without fear of reprisal. Fuck fucked them up. Fucked them up.
Fuck these peasants.
Oh, Andrew has, let's see here. Nobody gets what they want. Nobody gets what they want this time. The Chiefs have, let's see here. The Chiefs have failed.
You see this? It's me making moves, baby.
The counts have failed, and the treasury has failed. We win across the board. This is another W for our glorious king.
Fabulous
monarchy.
Fabulous, sire. Fabulously done.
A pair of counts face each other in silence. A code word is exchanged. They speak of their latest schemes.
What happened? The kingdom was meant to be a whirlpool of chaos by now.
Well, it's more like a whirlpool of smiles and hugs. No demon will come anywhere near it.
Mob?
Yeah, hi.
The count's aim is to lower stability to 4 or less.
It's a side gig. What do you want from me?
By royal decree, we can tweak the laws governing how the council votes. We can't pass more than 3 of these laws at once, and only 1 may be used per votes. Stop the count, the monarch's golden choice. If a nobles vote for the monarch's choice, they gain $500. Or anonymous voting. Which means
anonymous
the votes will be
voting,
hidden.
get rid of Iron Choice.
Okay, that will only hide it from your view. They'll still be able to talk to each other.
Where are they going to see it, though?
The chat.
They see our view, Riley. They see our view.
They're talking in chat together. I'll do it. Iron Choice is gone?
Get rid of reverse voting.
Get rid of reverse voting. Wow. All right. Don't say the king never did nothing for you. Cannot start a rebellion, on the verge of rebellion, on the verge of rebellion. To remind everyone how this works, as long as stability or authority is above your defiance, you cannot start a rebellion, and rebellions will start next turn. 3 needed to start a rebellion on each.
Newborn cubs. Newborn cubs. Newborn cubs.
It is.
Oh, that knocked my switch over.
Lord Patrician Juliet Pasteur proudly wheels a covered cage into the council hall. Marvelous, your serene highness. Look what I have here. He whips the cloth from the cage to reveal a small, fluffy white bear.
That's the most adorable thing I've ever seen.
It turns out that the bears in the menagerie are in love. Isn't that so sweet? I thought you might like to be gifted one of the bear cubs, your esteemed highness, in exchange for a modest donation to my menagerie.
Your Majesty,
Oh,
this
yeah.
is an outrage.
Right.
A slap in the face to the devout chiefs. The bear should have been ours.
Donate the menagerie in exchange for the bear cub, which will be $1,100. It will lower the chief's defiance. It will raise their trade, and it will increase the authority. Have the honor guard confiscate the bear cub by force, which is a 50% authority check. Give the cub to the chiefs, which will affect defiance and lower the faith, or decline the gift. Increase defiance, increase trade, and increase $750.
This is going to be an anonymous vote.
Anonymous vote. Okay, this is an anonymous vote. I feel like this is just bad for us. This is what I was telling you.
Well, but I thought that we wouldn't. I thought we wouldn't see the
letters?
the things until after the vote. I didn't realize it would just not tell us who voted for what.
This is what I was trying to tell you.
Well, you told me that it would just be anonymous to us. I thought you meant that like we just wouldn't see what the votes were for. This sucks.
Sire, I'm sneaking away for but a moment. For but a moment to receive my gruel and bread from Lord Death.
Worthless jesters, I swear to God.
I need one more vote to untie it. Voting has closed. Donate to the menagerie in exchange for the bear cub. We are at 1,500. The patricians rejoice. A spacious new enclosure is constructed for the bears, topped by the golden plaque reading by royal appointment. The coast is now mutinous and can no longer rebel. Visitors flock to the coast to admire the bears and their beautiful homes. Trade is now dynamic. As for the palace, the honor guard has their work cut out looking after your adorable new pet, which is always getting into trouble and stealing the marmalade. We are now imperious. We have an authority of 7. Peasants start calling you the Bear Whisperer. The Bear
yeah.
Whisperer, the greatest king of all time, the generous.
That's me, baby.
All right, 3 have voted to rebel. The counts will rebel next season unless something happens.
Let's go to the Archbishop's request.
Paddington is the bear. Your Majesty, I wish to speak with you about the situation in the north. Too long have the Northerners been allowed to worship their heathen tree gods in brazen defiance of the ninth god. Allow me to send some of my best missionaries to the north. It's for the good of the realm.
Sires, I have returned.
About time. You have my express permission.
This is a 50% stability roll.
Yeah.
All right. Wonderful. I will make the preparations right away. The other regions are less than thrilled that you did not consult the council about the Archbishop's request, but it doesn't stop the mission from going ahead as planned. You have a kingdom. You are now iron-fisted. Defiance is furious. 7. Defiance is treasonous. 10. And defiance is vengeful. 9. The results are less than promising. After being run out of more than a dozen towns in the north, the missionaries head back to the capital with their tails between their legs. The north is now agnostic.
That's fine.
Still, the Archbishop hopes that preaching might have laid the groundwork for future attempts. And finally, famous cuisine.
Famous cuisine.
Ah, famous cuisine. Like this very own.
Count Viralor comes to you bearing a covered tray. He uncovers it with a flourish. One of our chefs has been using water from our aqueduct to prepare this delicious baklava, and people are flocking to it. Your Majesty, would you care to try some?
Absolutely.
Fear
No one
nothing.
hates me enough to poison me.
Fear nothing.
The
Excellent,
layers of
sire.
pastry are soaked in floral honey. It's so sweet that it makes your eyes water. He watches you expectantly.
Delicious.
How delightful! I'm glad you enjoyed it. Trays of baklava are carted out and served to the assembled nobles. Many are enthusiastic, but Lady Patrician Picton shakes her head in disgust.
Dreadful. How could you bring this to us? It tastes like a musty tome.
How dare you! You insult the pride of the counts!
Your esteemed highness, please have this dreadful stuff taken away at once.
Should this Eastern delicacy be spread across the kingdom? Promote Eastern baklava as a national food. Hire the original chef to work in the palace. Or leave the baklava in the East where it belongs, which will increase defiance, increase trade, and bring down authority. B will decrease treasury and decrease defiance, and A will decrease defiance and increase trade.
We're going to veto C.
Veto C. All right. So no matter what, it is about to be a party in here. We would love to support the baklava that comes from the East. It's great shit. Great shit. Andrew, did you say vote W?
And then I said vote Q. I can't type.
Waklava. I would like some of your
Wakwava.
finest waklava.
All right. It looks like it's heavily. We are going to promote the Eastern baklava as a national food,
Well
which will
chosen.
increase the count's trade, fuck up the count, fuck up the patricians, and decrease the count's defiance.
All in a day's work.
If you dodge again another rebellion, I'm going to lose my mind. Defiance is now vengeful, trade is now wealthy. Hunger for baklava spreads, and the aqueduct becomes a culinary landmark. Chefs make pilgrimages to learn the recipe, and the dish is soon a staple all across the kingdom. You're served baklava for breakfast, lunch, afternoon tea, dinner, supper, and even the occasional midnight snack. You can hardly turn around without smelling it. You'd absolutely kill for a nice plain apple crumble. All right. Defiance. They will rebel next season. There's no way to bring it down.
Yep.
So, Andrew, we are ending the season.
We're ending the season.
Morgana is Morgana is with us, my friend. The palace watch are in our pocket. They took our money gladly. The kingdom can barely afford to pay him a living wage.
Oh, music to my ears. Oh, soon that throne right there is gonna be ours.
Aye, it will be, but we must plan our next steps. Voting is open, chiefs only. Kill the king and place your claimant on the throne, or control the king with the threat of assassination. Lower authority or raise own military. Your military is 3, authority is 8. Chiefs, this is just you. You gotta decide.
Gotta think real hard about it.
The Shondir says kill the king. The Shondir is second. It's a tie ball game right now. But that will seal the deal. I will leave it open for 5 more seconds. Iron vote has been used so well. All right, they're going to try to kill the king by lowering authority.
Good luck.
And over the next few months, we'll have our troops infiltrate the capital, disguised as beggars. At my signal, they'll gather around the palace and storm at night. The bribe watch will open the gates. Our lads will murder the king in his bed and have our claimant on the throne before sunrise. Bada boom.
Oh, sorry. Hey, sorry, I was a little distracted there thinking about baklava. You hear this shit? Anyway, I like it, especially the murdering bit. But, what about the counts and patricians? They'll call us usurpers and rise up in revolt. That sounds scary.
Not necessarily, my friend. If King Andrew's rule is weak enough, we can persuade him to accept anything.
Oh,
For the final stage of the chief's scheme, they must lower the kingdom's authority to 5 or less.
Good fucking luck.
At least one region has entered the final stage of their scheme. If they pass it, they'll win the game. There are some exceptions. If 2 or more regions pass the final scheme stage, the winner will be decided at random. If stability, authority, or treasury hit 0 and a final scheme passes at the same time, the scheme takes priority. If a rebellion ends with a rebellion whim and a final scheme stage passes at the same time, the scheme takes priority. The monarch can only win in ambition events, which will appear after you've acquired your heir. We are close to acquiring an heir, I believe, Andrew.
Okay, I'm doing my best.
Now, we are going to continue to the rebellion report. Currently rebelling, the counts of the Easts are paused. They can't. Their scheme will not move forward. We are going to end this season and then pause our game until the next time. We
Sounds
will
good.
commit this. So we end the season. Your heir. Oh, we have an heir, Andrew.
My heir.
We'll have to wait to learn more about them next time because we have to pause, and we'll be right back from a planet in Alien and a spaceship called the Nostromo.
A little spaceship called the Nostromo.
A little old spaceship called the Nostromo. We'll see you shortly,
That's right, everybody.
my friends.